Welcome to Alternatives to AA. This is Joshua Robinson, and I've been 3 years sober.
And I'm Monique Robinson, and I'm 2 years sober. And we're here on a mission to help make the difficult journey of sobriety even easier to manage. Nobody in my world ever thought that I'd actually manage to be sober. So now we're taking what we've learned in the last decade to be able to help you too.
And we're not against AA. We just need to learn how to manage the other 23 hours of the day. From communication to relationships to self-care, we're going to show you how to cope when your triggers try to take you down.
Join us every Monday at 6 p.m. to uncover not only how to live without alcohol, but to thrive in sobriety and to swap out your addiction for a better life with the help of Alternatives to AA. So let's go.
Today we are here to talk about finding your higher power and why it is so important to find your higher power to help you get sober. It is even so important that it is the second step in AA.
That's right. The second step in AA came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. And we want to be clear about this because Josh and I, we have chosen God as our higher power, but that does not mean that you have to. It just means that you need to find something bigger than yourself. And this is all about like connections we have. So connections to family, connections to friends, just connections bigger than ourselves. So this is why like COVID was such a hard time for people because we were so separated, so distanced from each other, and we really had no hope in coming back together. So the question really became, how can we find hope in such a bleak time, you know? So finding out that you have something bigger than yourself really helps you come to peace with all that.
Yeah. And that could be God, family, or community, or just the universe in general. It just has to be something that helps you realize that sobriety actually matters to more than just yourself.
It's so true. And when we were in church the other day, our pastor spoke about how he's always there, but you don't always see him. And that spoke a lot to me with how I used to be, because the truth is, when I didn't have a higher power in my life, that's when my life was at its worst. That's when, you know, I was just stuck in this constant, like, why does all this bad keep happening to me? And when I started being about more than just me, again, that's when my life improved in so many ways, because it also stopped being about why does my life suck? It started being like about what can I do to be a good person today? And it could be something simple like held open a door for someone. I smiled at someone and it made them smile back. It made them feel good, you know? So it just switched my mentality around and really did give me that hope back.
So hope is so important for everybody, and without hope, there's no, way to move forward, really.
True.
And it's amazing how you can convince yourself that, you're unworthy or unlovable, but that's not true. There's always somebody that
cares.
Cares, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, you just have to be open to the love that someone's trying to give you.
Yes. And it's not always easy to see it, but you have to try to be open and like that's a possibility.
Yeah, exactly.
So. And
it's not, there'll be like setbacks and all that. So maybe you guys are wondering, okay, how does this help?
Well, in regards to that, I know that Josh and I have talked about our perfectionism with you guys in the past, and you're wondering maybe how that even relates to this too. But it does, because having a higher power just takes the pressure off to be perfect, to control everything, to have everything in order. Because the truth is, we can't. We cannot control everything. We can do our best to, but we really can't. That's our higher power's job. And giving that up to our higher power makes it okay for us to make mistakes and, be silly and, be goofy and, not be perfect and rigid all the time. And it really reinforced for me, I should say, that everything happens for a reason. And I might not always know the reasons, but I figure one day I will. That actually relates very much to our wedding song, which is God Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts. And we chose that because leading up to us being together, obviously we had a lot of ups and downs in our life, broken relationships, broken just brokenness in general that we were dealing with. And a lot of times alcohol was involved to cause some of this brokenness. But, you know, during those times, we were both looking up like, why, God, why is this happening to me? Why does everything suck? But the truth is the broken times were leading us to each other and to the life we have now. So it makes perfect sense now. So everything happens for a reason, you know?
Absolutely. And everyone needs help to find their way to a higher power. Mm-hmm. And we have some tips to help you with that. First, you need to keep your mind open.
Absolutely.
You need to listen to take in everything before you choose which higher power is for you. Mm-hmm. Next, you need time for reflection to think about everything and practicing being in the moment rather than thinking or dealing with everything and everyone at once. Mm-hmm. And next is talking, which is something me and Monique do a lot. That's one of our main ones.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this one is so important to us, and especially to me, because I had to learn how to honestly express myself again. I had to be open to the fact that I was mad, and like, it had to be, like, I had to let myself be mad, and I had to let myself be overly excited. I had to get comfortable in my honest emotions, because like I was suppressing them and hiding them. And like when I was upset, I wouldn't deal with it and everything. But now, like if I'm upset about even a little thing, like we talk it out, because rather than letting it fester. So either like I talk it out or I just choose to let it go. You know, if I can, but if I realize I can't, I make sure now to talk it out. I don't leave it repressed, because that's when I lead myself into trouble. So like we even talk about when we have dreams or just random thoughts, we openly admit it, because it makes dealing with them so much easier, because again, it takes away that shame. Because you know, it's not something I can control. Like, it was a thought. It was a dream, you know? I didn't purposely put it there. Yeah. And I have to be okay with that.
Yeah, that happens not that often, but once in a while, like, I'll have a dream that I had a beer, and then next thing I know, it's like I can't function. I'm just out of control chaos.
Right.
And then I wake up, and I'll feel guilty, even though I didn't drink. But
you didn't do a thing.
Yeah, but I seriously feel guilty. And then, you know, obviously talking with you about it, it helps me feel like it's okay. You didn't actually do it.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, well, my subconscious wants it, or, you know, it's just this whole weird thing.
Yeah.
But it's just good to talk it out with somebody else.
It is good to talk it out, because it just gets you more comfortable and honest with it, because, you know, like I said before, you can't control it. There's no possibility to control it. So you just have to be like, yeah, that was a part of my past. It was something I used to do, and it's still a part of me. It's still a part of the person that I am now. Like, sometimes I want to separate myself from that past girl, but at the same time, I have to have a lot of love for that girl in the past, because she is the reason I am here.
Yeah, she's still she's still a part of you.
Absolutely.
And then one thing I wanted to say is, like, 99% of everything is unconscious, right? So like 1%'s conscious, so you really don't have as much control as you think you do.
Yeah.
But, you know, the control you do have, it's good to focus that on, like, on positive things. And
absolutely. Yeah.
It's kind of random that I was saying that, but
no, but I mean, it absolutely applies.
Yeah.
So, you know, and we make that a priority now.
Yeah.
So, but what were the other tips we wanted to talk about too? Because we should get back to that.
Oh, true. The other tips, like we were talking about serving others. That could be like helping in the community, being the coach for like a baseball team, or helping at the church, or just really anything that helps serve others. It just makes you feel more fulfilled.
Absolutely. I mean, this is where an AA sponsorship even comes in, because you're helping a fellow addict in their recovery process. And it usually helps you too, because you're remembering who you were at that time. But really, it's just about making things more than just about you.
Yeah.
That'll help you with this.
Exactly.
So.
And the final thing to do when looking for a higher power is to never stop looking. So this means always searching for new answers and new ways to cope.
Yeah, I mean, like, an example of that is Josh has introduced me to nature. And if you knew me as a kid, I avoided nature like the plague. I did not deal well with dirt or anything like that. So Josh started bringing me out into nature, and now I actually love going on the walks because I'm seeing the beauty in the little things, the simple things, and it's slowing me down and relaxing me. And, like, I just never expected to find such peace in that.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I've liked that a lot. It's been,
Thanks, honey.
It's been fun because I've always enjoyed, like, the nature myself.
Yeah.
And that's always been a part of my family, so I was able to share that with Monique.
Yeah.
Over time.
Yeah, but that's, one of the things I never expected to be okay with. But I just was like, you know what? Josh loves this. I'll try it. And after a few times, he started pointing out the little things to me while we were on the walks, and I realized how much I actually love those little things, and I started finding them for myself. So I didn't think that would be something I'd enjoy. Like, I had to have a little bit of a push, but actually because of that, now I'm much more open to trying new things for the first time. Like, not long ago, we went to Monster Jam with some friends, which was a lot of fun. But that's not something that you would expect from us, but we got invited, we went, and we had a blast, You never know what new fun thing you can discover if you're just open to it.
Yeah. So. No, you gotta, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But with that being said, we just want everyone to know that everybody's journey is personal, and we know that. So that's why we're giving you so many tools, because not every tool is going to work for every single person.
Yeah, exactly. And we just want you to know that you are not alone, and finding a higher... we just want you to know that you are not alone, and finding your higher power will really help you with that as well.
And we hope you enjoyed this episode and got some really good information with us, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Alternatives to AA. If you would like to contact us directly, please shoot us an email at alternatives2aa2021@gmail.com. We also hope that you continue to join us on Mondays at 6 p.m. You can watch us live on YouTube. You can subscribe to us that way as well. You can leave us a 5-star rating and follow us on Spotify. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, we ask that you please leave a rating and an honest review.
We'll see you next week. Bye.